For centuries, Earth had quietly observed the galaxy, content to remain in the shadows. Its people had once been a part of the interstellar community, but over time, they had been pushed aside. The galaxy's ruling powers, led by the Galactic Council, had never thought much of humanity. They were seen as a young, impulsive species that had barely begun to understand the vastness of the universe. But the galaxy was wrong. The humans had learned how to survive, how to thrive, and how to protect their own. And now, the galaxy's greatest mistake was about to be realized. The Valoran people had long been allies to Earth, a relationship forged through mutual respect and shared ideals. They were a peaceful species, known for their diplomatic approach and their strong sense of honor. Earth's relationship with the Valoran was one of cooperation. Their joint efforts had contributed to many successful missions and alliances across the galaxy, but that was before the Galactic Council decided to target them. The Valoran homeworld had been accused of violating a minor, technical regulation that no one had cared about until the Council made an example of them. The Valoran diplomats had pleaded for leniency, but their voices had fallen on deaf ears. The Council wanted a demonstration of their power, and the Valoran people had become the unfortunate target. Without warning, the Council's military forces launched a devastating assault on the Valoran homeworld. Their massive fleets, brimming with advanced technology, descended upon the peaceful planet with ruthless efficiency. The Valoran fleet, small and outmatched, was obliterated within hours. Whole cities were leveled in a single bombardment, and millions of innocent lives were lost. The humans watching in horror from the safety of their homeworld could not stay silent. The massacre of their allies had ignited a fury in the hearts of every Earth citizen. The Council had gone too far this time. There was no turning back. In the dead of night, Earth's warships emerged from the atmosphere, their engines igniting with a fury that hadn't been seen in centuries. They were not the sleek, elegant ships that other races favored. No, the humans' ships were built for one purpose: war. Massive, durable, and bristling with weapons, they were designed to survive and destroy. The fleet of Earth warships, numbering in the hundreds, left the planet behind, making their way toward the heart of the Galactic Council's territory. They were a force that the galaxy had long forgotten, a remnant of a time when humanity had once stood among the greats of the universe. The humans were back, and they were not going to let the massacre of their allies go unpunished. As the human warships entered Council space, the first signs of resistance were immediate. The Council's fleets, alerted to the incoming threat, deployed their own forces in an attempt to intercept the humans. They expected an easy victory. After all, the humans were just one species, isolated and relatively primitive compared to the vast empires of the Council. But the Council had made a critical miscalculation. The first battle took place near the outer rim of Council space. Human warships, their weapons powered up to full capacity, blasted their way through the Council's defensive line. The enemy ships, sleek and fast, were no match for the raw power and determination of the humans. Their weapons tore through the Council ships like a hot knife through butter, the enemy fleet collapsing in the face of overwhelming force. The Council commanders, taken aback by the speed and effectiveness of the human assault, scrambled to regroup. They had not expected the humans to retaliate with such precision. This was not some distant, forgotten species. They were facing warriors, not diplomats. The human warships pressed onward, their targets the Council's most important worlds. The fleet's next objective was the capital world of the Galactic Council itself, where the leaders of the galaxy had made their decisions to massacre the Valoran. As they neared the capital, the humans broadcast a message across the entire Council communication network. Your massacre of the Valoran will be the last mistake you make. We are the descendants of Earth. We are not to be underestimated. The broadcast sent ripples of fear throughout the galaxy. The Council had never expected humanity to act with such unrelenting ferocity. Their ships, once considered insignificant, now tore through the galaxy's mightiest defenses. As the humans neared the capital world, the Council deployed its greatest weapon, the flagship Stellar Monarch, a massive vessel designed for ultimate destruction. Armed with enough firepower to destroy entire fleets, the Stellar Monarch was the pride of the Galactic Council. The human fleet, however, showed no fear. The flagship fired its powerful beams at the approaching warships, but the humans were ready. They deployed decoys and evasive maneuvers, drawing the fire away from their main fleet. Then, in a coordinated strike, the human ships launched a barrage of missiles and energy blasts that overwhelmed the Stellar Monarch's defenses. Within moments, the flagship was reduced to rubble, its crew scrambling to escape as their once proud vessel fell into the void. The Council had never seen anything like it. They had underestimated humanity's will, and now they were paying the price. With the destruction of their flagship, the morale of the Council's forces shattered. The remaining fleets, already demoralized by the efficiency of the human assault, quickly retreated. The Galactic Council's leadership, realizing that their hold on power was slipping, sent out a desperate plea for peace. But the humans would not listen. They had been patient for far too long. The massacre of the Valoran was the final straw. Earth's warships had delivered their message loud and clear. The galaxy would no longer trample over the innocent, and humanity would not stand by while allies were destroyed. In the aftermath of the conflict, the Galactic Council was forced to acknowledge Earth's strength. The once dismissed human species had shown that they were not to be trifled with. As Earth's warships withdrew from Council space, leaving behind a galaxy forever changed, humanity's place among the stars was secured, not as pawns, but as the undeniable power that would no longer tolerate injustice. With the warship's engines quiet once more, and the threat of the Galactic Council diminished, Earth stood resolute. They had struck back, and they had sent a message that would echo across the galaxy for generations. The age of humanity's passivity had ended, and now, they were no longer the quiet observers. Earth was a force to be reckoned with.